Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Today is a cold, rainy, wet, miserable little day. And to add insult to injury, riding season is pretty much coming to an end.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And so in an effort to get a few more bike videos in, I'm gonna revisit my so-called FZ build. And let's go get started. Quick garage update. Viper is out of order. This winter, I'm hoping to get it fixed. Then over here, well, basically it looks like a used motorcycle lot. These are not all my bikes, although most of them are. This is my brother's bike. This is my dad's bike. That's my FZ, of course. And then I've got my two old bikes there and my two project bikes over there. And I'm sorry about the focusing issue. But in any case, let's get to the FZ and its new mod. That's quick. Alright you guys, this is what I've got for the FZ this time around. I've got, are you ready? Axle sliders / wheel spools. I got these from Revzilla. No sponsorship, may I add. Yeah, let's break these open and see what they're all about. This could be one of the shortest motorcycle videos ever because I think this is going to be a pretty easy install. We're going to put the front one up here so we don't get them mixed up, and we're going to start with the back. And we're going to put down a mat so we don't scratch any of the new parts. Alright, so let's see what's in this thing. Trash. Alright, so look at that. Got the spool and this axle dowel here, and that's pretty much it. Got our instructions here, so let's break into these and see what needs to be done. Alright, so here we are on the right side of the bike, which is where we're starting this whole process. And just to cover some basics and for good measure, I'm just gonna clean this area a little bit. That's pretty good. And just for a little more good measure, I got a can of air here. Just gonna try to blow out any crap that might be inside this axle space. That should be good enough. Alright, so we're starting on the right side of the bike, and we are putting the smaller end of the spindle through first. Alright, cool, and just like that, that's done. Okay, and here we are on the left side of the bike, and you see that we've got our dowel coming through right here. But you know what I'm gonna do, really again, quickly? I'm gonna clean this out really quick. Just a few little pieces of grit here and there. Alright, and dowel back through. Now we place this spacer on the dowel, like so. Now we take the bobbin, put that on, and it seems like we just kind of go through the whole rest of the process. Alright, so that's in there now. So now that this thing is assembled, basically what I'm discovering is that you need to lock one side down in order to tighten the other side. So if I just tighten right now, the whole thing's gonna spin, it's not gonna tighten at all. So I gotta reach around to the other side. Alright, so that one's on there. Lock that side down with a ratchet. Okay, I think that's pretty good. They're feeling nice and solid. The directions, not that I pay a whole lot of attention to the directions, said not to over tighten them, which is pretty scientific on their part. I thought there was like a torque setting in here somewhere, but there's not. In all honesty, these directions are kind of limited. But it's really not that hard of an install. So I think we're ready to move to the front and basically repeat this whole process all over again. Okay, here we are at the front wheel. Gonna open this guy up, check him out. Pretty much the same deal, really. Dowel, bobbers, washer nuts. Throw this stuff out of the way. So the thing about this set, which is a different brand from the set in the rear, is that there are absolutely 0 directions whatsoever. I don't think that's gonna be a huge problem, other than there are a couple differences which I'm assuming are gonna follow along the same lines as the rear ones followed, such as this one has exposed threads while this side does not have the same. And then this spacer here, right here, is a little different from this one here. But I'm gonna follow the same principles that the other one had, which is the threads go on the left side and you start on the right. So here we are, front of the bike, right side, just cleaning up this area a little bit. All right, and same thing, can of air. All right, so we got the thread side here. Take that off. Cool. That seems to be as good as it's gonna get. To try and make things a little bit easier, I am gonna straighten the wheel. That way I don't have to crunch over one side versus the other. All right, so we're still at the front of the bike, but the left side now. And again, for good measure, I'm just gonna clean this out a little bit. All right, that's good, little can of air. All right. Put the spacer on. I will quickly say that these are different. These spacers are different. This one's more flush while the other one is more concave, and I believe that's to account for the axle nut that's on the other side. So as far as I can tell, my concave spacer goes on that side and this flush spacer goes on this side. So yeah, make sure to pay attention to that. So then that goes there, washer, and then nut. And there we go, now that's hand tight. All right, and so these are 10mm nuts. So I've got my next pair of sockets here ready to go. And let's make sure this guy's ready to tighten down. All right, I think that's it. I'm gonna start picking up, and let's test these in just 1 second. Alright, so here's the problem when you have a garage full of bikes. Oh my god. Oh god. Ugh, okay. Yes, look at that. Whew. A little precarious there. I don't necessarily recommend trying to do this by yourself, but I know a lot of riders do. So yeah, that's awesome. That fits. So now I can work on the chain. I can work on the wheel. Yeah, that's awesome. Mission success. Alright you guys, that's pretty much it. Another FZ mod crossed off the list. I have a number of kind of just normal aesthetic mods to get through, and then once we get through those, then I'm gonna start getting into performance stuff, which is hopefully gonna be more fun. And I'm hoping for something like a tune, an exhaust, things like that. We'll see. On that note, I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're somewhere where you're still able to ride, get more rides in, enjoy the riding, don't take it for granted. And if you are somewhere where the riding season is coming to a close, then you have my condolences. I'm very sorry, I feel for you. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Maybe a tune, maybe an exhaust.